live again now. Hello everybody, my name is Gnu Benton with LTV in East Hampton. I'm here with Chief Harry Wallace. We're live on East Atlantic Beach near Hempstead, and we just finished our ceremonial part of our ceremony here in our acknowledgement of our deceased whale relative here on the beach. So I wanted to jump back on again for everybody to be able to hear a couple more words from our Chief Harry Wallace of the Unkechaug Nation. He's not only a political chief, but on Long Island, he is one of our ceremonial chiefs as well, acknowledged by many members of our Algonquin communities on Long Island. So I wanted to have him here today because he's one of our leaders of our ceremony, and to be able to talk a little bit about the whale here and the recent influx of whales washing ashore and what that means to us and the significance of that. Chief Harry, thank you for being here and conducting this ceremony for us. It's very special and for our relative here, so wanted to show our appreciation publicly.
Okay, so we are I'm a second degree member of the 3 in Darwin, and also a little boy drum carrier, which was bestowed upon me by our Grand Chief, by Waywoodin Iban, by Waywoodin Benesi Iban, who before he passed away bestowed upon us a little boy water drum to be carried to the ocean, to the East Coast, where the ceremonies, Mandarin ceremonies, had originally begun many thousands of years ago. So we do this ceremony for this whale, which we've always done, and in the past, because it reflects our deep affection and association for these beings, which are part of our spiritual knowledge and our spiritual way of life. As I have been taught, the whale is one of those special beings on Earth. It's the largest mammal on Earth, largest being on Earth, and it brought that special medicine and special spirit to help bring that to a shore so that it can be brought to the people, and it's part of that tradition. So when we do this ceremony, we are not only honoring the life of that whale, of that being, but we're also acknowledging the importance in the spiritual life of all human beings, of all people. So we do this because it is part of the way we have to do these things to fulfill our responsibilities as Native people in the original inhabitants of these shores. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Appreciate the time and effort that you put in, and I'll continue the good work that you're doing. Thank you.
So here's again our image of our deceased relative, the whale, on the beach here, and where the whale will be buried. I guess work is going underway to begin digging the hole. The hole is already dug, so the work will be underway to be able to bury the carcass here. So oftentimes, one of the agreements that we have with the conservation people is that because the whale is considered a very ceremonial part of our way of life here on Long Island, our traditional people, our traditional Algonquin people, we're sometimes asked to be able to take pieces of the whale, like the baleen or the bones, before they're buried. If it's a whale that's in good condition, sometimes we'll ask for a bit of the blubber for offerings for a different type of ceremony that we offer to the water and to a sacred fire. And with those traditional ceremonies, what we hope we'll do in our traditional way of life and our beliefs is that when we do these ceremonies, the spirit will acknowledge that we will no longer continue to see so many of our whale relatives be deceased and wash ashore, because they're very sacred to us, and we know that they're very wise and integral to our creation. So we want to make sure that with our what we do in this life as human beings, especially in this modern world, the things that we do affect the natural world. And as Indian people, we want to spread the message that we don't want to be able to affect the physical world like we're doing today. As natives, we're charged with being caretakers of our lands and of our waters, and Creator gave us that duty to do. And because we live in this Western way of life, a lot of the times we're not able to protect all life like we're supposed to. And because of that, we see more and more of our species going extinct. We see a lot of our relatives that take so much time to be able to grow, wash ashore dead, and we don't want that kind of thing happening anymore. So I implore you, as somebody who participates in our native ceremonies, who works with LTV, to be able to help us spread that message of being able to take care of our natural resources, to be able to outreach to people who can do something about this, so that we don't see stuff like this happening so frequently. So with that, I just want to say thank you, everybody, to be able to be here today and host this segment of Through the Red Lens with Gnu Benton. And I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I will continue to film for your enjoyment live and for your education. So I was saying that these pieces of bone will be used for ceremonial purposes. For us as Madawan people, using these pieces will greatly enhance our way of life and how it is that we do our ceremonial way of life. And we put her, as you saw, Chief Harry Wallace was putting down his tobacco. And we also thank the cooperation, and too often nowadays people tend to laugh at our ceremonial way of life when we say our beliefs, but more and more our relationship with the conservation people of Long Island, they're respecting our way of life, and they're allowing us to be able to, and well, not really allowing, but they're respecting our ways of doing things. And when we ask them to put aside bones and things, that they oblige us very much.
Yeah, I would like to have met them. You're the only person who this is away. My team is all like, hey, when are you coming back and when are you leaving?
This is great. We're gonna offer, we're gonna make a bowl.
Be careful, because you're pulling this, so I don't know what's going to happen right here. So this is all attached, so just be careful.